Hello again. Look at us, like 2 vlogs in 1 week. People, we're pulling it together. All right, so random things are happening. Last time I talked to you, I'd had the hysterectomy consult and she'd sort of said, okay, well, let's do this one frozen transfer and off you go. The last time we saw our fertility doctor, our RE, I'd sort of stomped my feet and said, okay, if you're refusing to let me use a surrogate, then you have to at least investigate my uterus. Like, you can't just keep putting healthy embryos into my attic. And I think actually I told you this story because I said attic in front of my RE and she looked really confused. Anyway, you can't just keep putting embryos into my crappy attic and expect that they live and not ever do any investigation and just think that that's totally fine. So I fought, and it turns out that somehow I actually won. I will be the first person at my clinic that they've ever done the ERA test for. So for those of you that don't know the ERA test, essentially it's this. You go through, so I got a new bronzer as a sidebar, and obviously a very important sidebar. And now that I'm looking at myself in this video, I feel like I maybe have a bit of the Trump face. I'm feeling a little bit orange. Anyway, okay, ERA, away from the bronzer and back to the attic. So you do an entire, I can't stop looking at the bronzer. You do an entire frozen transfer protocol. So you take Lupron. So for me, I take Lupron. So it's a long Lupron. It's my first time doing long Lupron. I've done microdose Lupron before, but not the full long. So you do a 1 dose, 3.75 IUs of Lupron. And that stays in your system for a month. It shuts everything down and puts you in essentially into menopause. Then you stop taking your birth control. You wait for your cycle to come. You start taking oral progesterone, estrase, and then you add in PIO. PIO. So I haven't had to do PIO before. I've never made frozen embryos, so I've never had to do any of this before. This is like a novelty. It's all brand new. So essentially you go through the entire thing the same way you would for a frozen protocol, and at the end of it, instead of a transfer, they go in and they do what's called a core biopsy of your uterus. So like from one side to another, like they like coring a glacier. Like she's like, we use a hole punch. Oh, that sounds comfy. I've heard it's pretty uncomfortable. If you've done it and it wasn't that uncomfortable, boy, do I want to hear from you. If you've done it and it was horrible, not sure that I want to hear from you. But tell me honestly, like, what should I be expecting? So I went and she's like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. And it was like, she's never done that. It's always like, okay, let's do it in 6 months. Okay, let's do it sometime next year. It's always a roadblock, except this one time. She's like, great, let's start the Lupron now. So I filled the prescription on the spot, stuck a giant needle in my ass cheek, and off we went. So yesterday was my first day of no birth control. I had to take 5 days of birth control and then stop. So I've stopped. I'm now the only hormones that are in my system is the Lupron, and I wait for my cycle to start, which by judging by what's happening in my body is going to be any minute now. So that's where we're at. Holy Hannah, long Lupron sucks. Like the microdose Lupron is crummy. It gives you like headaches and hot flashes and you don't sleep super well. The real super like Lupron Depot is the worst. Okay, the worst might be strong, but it's not that good. I have a headache and I haven't, let's get personal, people. Let's talk about poop. I can't stop pooping. It's never gonna end. I live my life in a bathroom. Like I get these horrible stomach pains where I think I'm gonna die only for like 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds is horrible. And then I'm off to the bathroom repeatedly over and like a lot. Let's just leave it at a lot. It's not nice. Like everything makes me sick, from like, smoothies to soup to, so I've just like, at this point, it's like, screw it. Within 25 minutes, everything I eat goes through me. So I may as well not just have the smoothie. I may as well have like a sandwich. So, at least whatever, at least I'm getting a sandwich out of the deal, I guess. But that's it. I feel kind of crummy. The Lupron has started. I'm on period watch 2017 and I'm in menopause. So good times had by nobody really. I will keep you in the loop. I'm going to have to do, okay, so I've never done PIO before. Obviously, I've already said that. But I'm going on a work trip. So I'm like Vancouver for 2 days and then then Calgary for a day and then Edmonton for 3 days. I have a girlfriend in Edmonton who's a paramedic. If you're watching this, I'm making you stick a needle in my butt when I get there. But like my first PIO shot, I'm going to be in Vancouver by myself. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to manage that one. Hello. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Anyway, that's the scoop. That's where we're at. And we'll keep you in the loop. Okay,